Amina had always believed love was enough, the fairytale kind, the kind that blossomed like wildflowers under the sun. Fresh out of university and serving in Kano for her National Youth Service Corps, she never imagined she'd meet him, Idris. Tall, dark, and heartbreakingly handsome, Idris wasn't just charming, he was the kind of man whose smile could quiet the loudest room. But beneath the smooth words and borrowed suits, Idris was broke, jobless, yet ambitious, and ever so full of promises. They met at a bookshop. Amina had bent to pick up a worn copy of Things Fall Apart when Idris's hand brushed hers. From that moment on, their lives tangled like vines in the rainy season. They spent evenings under mango trees, talking about dreams and futures Idris swore he'd make real once the hustle paid off. When he proposed, with a thin silver band and trembling hands, Amina didn't hesitate. She was a woman in love, and love, she thought, would build the rest. Idris had nothing, so Amina gave everything. She paid for their wedding hall, the suits, the cake, even bought him a second-hand Toyota Corolla so he could look the part for job interviews. Friends whispered. Her mother wept in secret, but Amina silenced every doubt with a single sentence, "He loves me." The wedding day arrived, the sun crisp and the air thick with celebration. Family, friends, and even distant uncles she barely knew filled the hall, faces glowing with hope. But Idris was late. Very late, the crowd grew restless, the music faltered, and Amina's heart drummed against her chest like it could leap out and flee. Just as the murmurs began turning into questions, Idris finally appeared at the church entrance, pale, sweating, and visibly shaken. Behind him, a commotion. A woman, holding a child on her hip and dragging two more by the hand, stormed into the church like a gust of bitter harmattan wind. The child clung to her wrapper, the two others stood wide-eyed, and the woman raised her voice. Slicing through the hush, "So this is the new bride, Idris. After 3 children and 10 years of marriage, this is what I get." The words felt like glass shattering in Amina's ears. Time stood still. The hall, once filled with laughter, now swallowed by heavy silence. Amina stared at Idris, her perfect love, the man who whispered dreams into her ears, and saw a stranger. The woman, Halima, his real wife, had brought their marriage certificate, birth certificates of their children, and the receipts of rent paid in his name. Idris stood frozen, eyes darting like a trapped animal. There was no lie strong enough to hold back the truth. The room emptied, guests fled with whispers and judgment. And Amina stood alone in her white dress, the smell of betrayal stronger than the scent of her fresh roses. Every naira she spent, every hope she'd built, came crashing down, and Idris. He vanished into thin air that same night, leaving his wedding suit on the hotel bed, and the car keys she had bought him, lying untouched on the table. Amina learned a lesson that day, a lesson written not in books, but in the scars of her heart. Love is blind, but truth has perfect sight. Seasons changed, and so did Amina. The girl who once believed love would solve all grew into a woman who believed in herself. Love may be blind, but truth always sees. Thank you for watching this story. Remember, love should never cost you your peace. If you enjoyed this tale, like, share, and subscribe for more real-life inspired stories.